Nuzjuro just cut a country in half. And yes, I get it. It is not a country. So
shut up, bitch.
Yeah. I'm gonna need Roanoke to pull up. Vegapunk just out here just spilling the tea, and I am here for all of it. I feel like the word Void Century has been teased in the story for so long, to the point where I genuinely never thought we'd actually get here. Yes, I get it. It is actually 2 words. Do not at me. Moment of silence for those who never actually made it. I low-key feel like we seen Imu a little too much. Normally we gotta tease every couple tens and hundreds of chapters, but we've seen him quite a lot. And I low-key feel like we either getting a name or a face reveal at the end of Egghead. The last I checked, the Egghead incident about to throw the world into chaos. What a way to go out. The exposure of the person sitting on the throne that should not be sat on. Feel like I phrased that wrong. Basically, somebody sitting in a seat that's not supposed to be in the seat. Yo, so whenever I look at my YouTube analytics, a lot of people who actually watch my channel are actually from my YouTube recommendations. Y'all not even subscribed. So, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button too. Thanks.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
This is a public service announcement. Vegapunk, wherever you hiding, you better just stay missing. You got a black man with a sword. I mean, a man with a black sword. And 4 other elite fighters that want your head on a stick. My man out here speaking from the heart. Post Egghead about to be crazy. Vegapunk at this point just speaking his truth. The poneglyphs combined basically dictate the narrative of the Void Century. And as we know, the setup and the schematics of what happened in the Void Century is identical to what's happening now. There's a Joy Boy, and then there's also a world government that are opposing each other as of right now. Or back then. The moral standpoint between each party is currently unknown, but we do know that it was a battle between competing ideologies, like the Bloods and the Crips. Now, we don't know where they were standing ethically speaking, but one thing we do know is that them didn't like each other. I mean, the setup is exactly the same. There's 20 kingdoms now, they got the whole coalition thing going on, and then they had that retrospectively also. We had a Void Century Luffy, also known as Joy Boy, so by default, we probably also have a Void Century Minority Hunter. Joy Boy basically lost, so basically he took a fade. And well, not only did he take a hit, literally, the world took a massive hit. And in terms of how big, the sea level rose by 200 meters. Now, I ran track back in middle school, and let's just say 200 meters is long enough. And it affected the world to the point where the nations of those days are legitimately sleeping with the fishes, pun intended. Now, for the sea level to actually rise to that point naturally would basically be impossible. So, of course, the sea level rising is actually man-made. And naturally speaking, if it was a course of natural events, there would be early signs, warnings, basically things over the course of history that could lead to maybe that event happening again. Long story short, Vegapunk just basically said the math ain't mathin'. This did it. I'm guessing they already know about the Asian weapon, but I low-key feel like Imu's about to get exposed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Marcus Mars having conquers hockey doesn't actually surprise me. At this point, he's an elite level fighter, 1, and 2, endgame villain, 2. So we can naturally assume they all have conquerors, advanced conquerors. They're at the upper echelon of hockey, to the point where if you don't come correct, you're gonna come up missing. Warkery is still chasing Luffy in Gear 5th along with the Giants, and to be honest, the objective is to run away. I think Luffy can compete with the Gorosei, but I don't think he's strong enough to the point where he can put them down. As we've seen so far, he's damaged them, but it ain't really done shit. Also, that time limit on Gear 5 ain't really helping neither. Unless he got a couple sensu beans in his pocket, it could be a wrap. Nuzjuro out here just getting jumped. And I would say he getting jumped like they actually whooping him. You know when jumping doesn't work? That is literally Nuzjuro. Frankie fighting him, Bonnie, Giants, and Sanji, and he putting them all in the ground. And just for context, no one here is actually weak. And Nuzjuro ain't playing. Nuzjuro almost gave Bonnie the Gojo treatment. Bro almost gave her that Itoryu. Right now, they ain't doing nothing at this point. To the point where this man took off and was so heated. Like, you can tell the pressure is hot. Because despite the fact that he could take out the Straw Hats as of right now, silencing Vegapunk is priority number one. You already know that the situation is hot, especially based on the fact that all 5 of them pulled up. Silent just thought, I bet, I'm gonna pull up to Egghead, I'm gonna handle business, put him down, and then we nice. Desperation has hit the situation so bad that all 5 elders have pulled up to Egghead in an attempt to silence this man. Imu is getting exposed. I don't know how or when. I mean, it's speculation, but he getting exposed. Or she. I think the last time we saw swordplay that nice was when Mihawk cut that chunk of ice back at Marineford. The only thing I'm gonna say is that we need Rowan Noah to pull up, like, now. I mean, I guess you could throw Law and Cut and Punk Hazard in the mix, but then at the same time, with Law, anything in this room can get cut. So it doesn't really matter how far, how big it is. If it's in the room, it's done. We talking sheer strength of the slash. Nuzjuro is built different. Law is more of a doctor than a swordsman, so there's that. But with the way Nuzjuro abandoned the mission and took off, Imu getting exposed. The Maro cosplaying as Kid and, well, his crew cosplaying as the rest of the Kid pirates kind of gets me thinking that there's a possibility Kid may still have a role in the story. I mean, the last time we saw Kid, well, he done caught that fade from Redhead, and that's it. He's been out the game ever since. We see reactions from people from Wano, the Revolutionaries, Zoro's village, and the Marines, to the point where I low-key feel like after Egghead is done, there's gonna be a faction of Marines who are gonna oppose the world government. I feel like Vegapunk slowly flipping them. Like, he just needs a little bit more of a push before he completely flipping. He about to turn them out. Not like that, but like, you know what I'm talking about. We even get a cameo from the people in Zou. And I just feel like as Vegapunk continues to talk, we see more from Imu. We're just seeing all these panels and silhouettes to the point where I'm like, nah, we have to get like either a face or a name reveal. We even get a silhouette of Joy Boy, and he's basically in gear fit. I'll bet you a whole dollar this dude probably look like Luffy, probably like a cowboy hat. So I feel like Egghead is definitely gonna end with like an exposure of Imu, either of his existence, his face, or his name. If we get all 3, the only thing I'm gonna say is that post Egghead about to be a free-for-all. Zoro and Jinbei are near the Sunny, and well, Luffy's still en route. The revelation of the world being a former shell of what the world actually was actually incredible, because it shows to you that the world is actually a lot bigger than what it actually was. I think that reveal is actually just insane. The fact that most of civilization is actually just underwater, which explains the island designs for a lot of islands. For example, like Wano or like Water 7. But yeah, that's really all for me. But baby steps towards that huge climactic reveal of Imu's identity. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below. Did you like the chapter? Did you hate it? I still low-key feel like we either getting a name or a face reveal or an existence reveal at this point. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace!